No.
Someone drank too much tea.
Yeah, the one time we actually have tea in tea time gaming, I got too excited and drink a little bit too much. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Refresh Step where you recover yourself for the next step. I'm yours for today, tomorrow and the foreseeable future, Theodore Lu. And I'm with all the special in the UK and at the Battles with English Wiki, Ayumu Seiki. Fires.
Rise my lord.
Oh no. He has been brainwashed. We did lots of things, heinous things during the past few days and now it's getting into his head. Unfortunately. Like we did eat that deer. We ate Nokotan. Nokotan.
We can knock off on them.
Exactly.
Milk.
So yeah, usually if we do a live episode, we did like a face cam and everything. But this year, to save it from tears, so just kidding. Yeah, the setup was a little bit. We did our 10th anniversary stream earlier, so yeah, I just used the setup as is. So you can see us shuffling stuff to kind of like distract yourself. This is your Subway surfer now.
TLDR, we can't be asked to move the equipment.
Exactly. Also, we've been knackered, so yeah, the makeup already went off. Not that we wear one in the first place, but yeah, that's the point. But yeah, let's talk about a little bit deeper about like what you have been doing so far. Are you in Germany? Why are you in Germany in the first place?
I was actually in the Pokemon regionals in Stuttgart last weekend. And by last weekend, I mean the 29th and 30th of November.
That's literally last month.
Yeah, we're recording this on the 3rd of December.
Yeah.
That's not too long away. And then I was 1 win off from going to day 2. No, just seemed the worst matchups ever, for whatever reason.
Always like that, isn't it?
Yeah. And then, surprisingly, they have a Comic-Con in the same venue as the Pokemon regional. So I just went there on the Sunday instead of going to day 2. Because there's no day 2 for me to go to.
No. It is sad, but also it works out in the end, I guess.
Yeah.
So how's the Comic-Con? What makes it actually interesting?
The arcade games.
Valid.
I actually only went there for the arcade games. Because it literally has a big banner saying Japanese arcade games. I was thinking, yeah, surely that's the one I want in there. Yes, there was.
Nice.
It has not failed me.
So how does it work? I remember that you sent me like a photo when you were like lining up. Like, can you like how many songs can you play before you need to go back in the line again? Like, take off your jacket and like pretend that you didn't see that Asian. You haven't seen this Asian guy.
I mean, technically there's no rule, but everyone's being respectful and just play one song. Yeah. This is how the race should be anyway. So we managed to play a total of 4 to 5 songs actually. Yeah.
Which is not bad, I guess.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. I mean, I paid €30 to go into there. And no, obviously there are other stuff to see. Yeah. That was my main reason anyway. Actually can't believe they even had an 18 plus zone actually.
Oh yeah, they do.
I mean, it's nothing amazing, really. I mean, it's what you can expect. Obviously, the 18 plus, isn't just the loot stuff, but also like the horrors and stuff like that. So they actually have like a huge corner, just like selling all like the horror DVDs and stuff like that, which is pretty interesting. Not gonna lie, they even had like some really old ones. Yeah, you've got just like private models, I guess that's how you call them. Like, basically, like you can imagine people having OnlyFans, and then they're like selling their own photos and stuff. Yeah, and then obviously you got the typical drawing stuff. But yeah, it's like it's it was like I expected. To be fair, like, and then like when you look at the people, not gonna lie, like they're also very respectfully walking around. Yeah.
It's like even in the Dutch, like the Amsterdam red light district, like one of like the unspoken rule there is like you shouldn't stare.
Oh yeah. But obviously, like the other interesting part is the, how do you even describe that? The fan products, basically. Like individual people just like renting the tables, the stalls, and then just put up their own things. I mean, that's always the most interesting part. Because obviously, like, the corporation sales and everything like that, you see them everywhere every day. So it's not really that interesting. It's like when people create the unique stuff, they're actually more interesting to look at. That took most of the time, actually. And I'm glad it was only like half the hall or something like that. It's like the convention is made up total 4 halls. And just half the hall still took us like 2 to 3 hours to walk through. So yeah. I mean, obviously it's also because my friends that were just like carefully walking past each store to see what she wants to buy and stuff like that. So that took a lot more time than I would usually do by myself.
It's like I went to my only experience is of course in Docom, and Docom is like too large, it's too big for what it is, and like so like the creators corner was like 1 if not 1.5 hall basically. Like they were really big. Like the 18 plus area, it was a little bit too stimulating for me. I was like, bruh, like, that's like, okay, so I kinda expected like the loot stuff and everything, but like, this is getting very, very specific to like people's taste, and I feel like, okay, so I'm definitely not the target market. This is getting a little bit too specific. This is too far for comfort.
Yeah, I was curious in general, because obviously in Asia, we're still a bit too, what's the word?
Scared.
Close-minded. To have this kind of stuff, yeah. So at the fair, it's like it's just good to know what they actually have in there. Like even just for general knowledge. Or like in my case, as a writer, it's just good to know random stuff. Like one of our mutual friends, I actually don't know if we should mention his name probably. Who was like with us during this week. And then he's in the military, so like I saw him wearing his watch on his right hand, so I was like, oh, so are you left-handed? I said, no, not really, just because when you're holding a rifle, you use your left hand to hold your rifle. So it's better to check your time with your right hand. I was like, that's probably not going to be helpful, but I'm just going to remember that nonetheless. Because it's always just nice to add in like some little details in stories, accurate details like these ones, right? Like I can imagine, everyone here, as in like everyone who's listening to this as well. When you watch a movie, read a book, and you see some obscure details like this that you understand and you recognize that the author also understands. It makes you feel nice. So like it's always nice to like just remember little details like these. Just to obviously make the world make the characters more accurate.
And like, yeah, as fantasy as we like to go, like usually the more like closer it is to real world sometimes. Not, it doesn't have to be close. Like something to keep it, to keep like the suspension of disbelief going. Pretty much.
Yeah, true, yeah.
Somehow also like, speaking of being realistic, I remember that like one of the booth in the Dokomi R18 area is indeed a loot booth, but like the artist was kind of like one of like supposedly like according to his promotional media is supposed to be like one of the OG. Like basically he drew stuff from like 90s and so.
Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah.
But of course his booth is like the emptiest.
Oh no.
No, I was like, oh no, like the poor old guy was like sitting down like that, surrounded by like retro arts. And then I was like, oh, damn. But I also was not the target market, so I was like, okay, I hope that the people who is his target market will come soon.
Yeah. I mean, that probably will be, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because I also like usually come on Friday. Because like I try to come on Saturday once. Yep. You are not going to move like a fucking
alright, fair enough. Yeah. That reminds me, I actually saw one stall which was like they were drawing kind of like half human, half monsters, but then like also naked, and like can be very gory and stuff like that. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
It's definitely, I'm definitely not the target audience, but you know what? They actually look good, not gonna lie. Like in terms of like art style and everything like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed that sometimes like when the stuff are like clearly marked for adults, like like there are lots of slope, not gonna lie. But like the one that are actually good, like okay, so like because like it's just like you said, right? Like being 18 plus isn't always about like being lewd, but also not just gooner stuff, but also can be gory. It can also be like some topics that are probably probably a little bit too heavy to be covered by like manga that are like meant for like younger audiences.
Yeah. No, and also just in general, like I also noticed that a lot of them are really more like just naked portraits, not themselves, but maybe some of themselves. Honestly, I can't remember already. But like obviously of like just like other characters or like other people, and it's like, I mean, you know what? It makes sense. Like at the end, art is art. You can still appreciate all this stuff. I mean, there's a reason why all the Roman statues are naked and everything, because they appreciate the human body itself. Yeah, it's like, you know what? That makes sense.
Exactly. That brings us to the second magic, which is why you are here in Germany. Why you are staying like longer in Germany. In the
how did that bring us to the second magic? I did not understand.
Because it's Christmas.
How is it that I was talking about naked body brings in the topic of celebrating Christmas? I do not understand.
Yeah, because now we have to cover things up. And what is better excuse to cover yourself up if it's not a cold?
That is such a weird line. Just tell me that you want spooning for you.
Oh no. The only spooning that I need is for that soup to enter my mouth.
What kind of soup?
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm also here for the Christmas market, basically.
Yeah.
It's surprising me a lot more chill than the one in Newcastle, honestly. But again, I think that depends on cities.
Yeah.
Newcastle in general is just very vibrant and lively. And like, you basically get overstimulation every time you walk out. Like Düsseldorf, obviously being one of the major cities, was like, also had a lot of people, but then like, it still wasn't as crowded as I would have expected. But like, obviously maybe because it's early, but then, the same can be said for Newcastle, but then, you've got fuck ton of people anyway. I definitely appreciated the one in Lewisburg a lot more.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's just one street and it's more chill.
Yeah.
And you have like better options as well. It's like kind of like more local food. Because as we discussed in Düsseldorf, like it feels more like catered to tourists. So, which is why a lot more stuff are more generic. Yeah.
But the sugar nuts with babies, that is actually bomb.
The what?
So like the sugar covered almond.
Oh no, yeah, almond popcorn, whatever it is. Yeah, that was good. What do we also have? Oh yeah, we had can it be considered pulled pork? No, it's just ham, really, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's ham sandwich.
Yeah, ham sandwich.
But they were legit just cooked.
Yeah,
ham sandwich.
Yeah, the freshly grilled ham sandwich in Duisburg. Yeah, that's I think like that's the top thing that you need to try.
And then the potato pancake.
Oh yeah, the potato pancake
with applesauce.
Yeah,
interesting combination. But I realized though, it feels like a lot of German dishes they like to mix sweet sauces with salty food. Yeah, with savory food. Yeah, it's an interesting combination. I don't hate it.
Yeah.
It's just like rarely seen. Well, I say that, then we have sweet and sour pork in Chinese.
I know. And then like half of the dishes in Korea is basically like how many taste buds should we simulate with this dish? Or everything.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah. And obviously you got the sweet chili and stuff like that from Southeast Asia. Like that. Yeah, I suppose it exists in every culture.
Yeah. That's like I suddenly remember that one YouTube video that I haven't watched, but like the title kind of like resonates with me because it basically just said like, why is everything like has to be spicy these days? Yeah. I think like also there's an arms race online now that because like Indian people are known to be eating like very spicy, Thai people are known to be eating very spicy, like Indonesians are kind of like jumping into the bandwagon, and they were like, we eat spicy food as well. Like the European food, they're not spicy, so they're not good. I was like, have you been to Europe? Well, probably they don't, but
True, yeah. It depends on how you want it. Like European food can definitely be spicy.
Yeah.
But it's more like a recent thing. I would say it's more like an American thing. Because European food is traditionally unspicy, right? Except for like pepper, but then at this point, do we consider pepper spicy? I wouldn't.
I wouldn't indeed.
Yeah, it definitely feels more like a recent thing for like a lot of reasons. You know, you've got people who just want to show that they can tolerate spice.
Yeah.
And then you've got people who feels adventurous. You know, you have people who, you know, just generally want to try out something that traditionally isn't in the dishes. And spice is one of them because obviously back in the day, why would people actually want spicy food? Like, it definitely feels more like a modern trend.
Yeah.
Than before. I mean, obviously in some other countries, it's like, it's different. Like, but like, then you gotta remember, like, for cultures that actually have spice, it's not that they eat it for the fun of it. You know? They are like, I mean, well, yes, it is for the fun of it because they're spices, but it's more like it's not to flex on their abilities or anything like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's for like other reasons. You know, just, you know, like just because they're poor, so they need something to stimulate their appetite, or maybe like for like beauty reasons, even. You know, just like health reasons in general, because they realize that spice actually helps, you know, with in terms of like, for example, skincare and stuff like that. Yeah.
And also like some meat, when they are like low quality, they can be very gamey. So like the spice helps to hide everything.
Yeah, true that as well. Yeah. But like obviously it's all for like, you can say it's like a necessity for life, but like at this point people are just like, oh yeah, I can eat spice. Blah, blah, blah.
I know, right?
It's definitely tolerable for me.
Yeah, especially because like Indonesian food is very diverse, right? Like we have like very spicy food to very mild food, and I feel like, although like I am when I was back home, I also was like guilty of like avoiding like the more mild foods, but like especially after I moved here, I feel like, I think like my parents like forcing me to eat like the milder foods basically like helped me to appreciate like more cuisines as well. Cause like, I mean like if you keep on like eating spicy food, like the spicy food will eventually like numb your taste and like, and then like you feel like you have to eat more and more and more spice, and then like it will never end. Like sometimes you just have to take a break, eat something mild, and then okay, now I'm ready for spice again.
Fair enough. Yeah. We had like a goose lick.
Oh yeah.
And what do you call that again?
Venison.
Venison. There you go. Yeah. Which is basically deer meat.
Yeah.
I can never remember that word because I mean to be fair, I rarely see that word anyway. So. Well, it was an interesting experience for sure. We also had like pumpkin soup and what for yours was called.
Yeah, it's the beef consomme.
Yeah, beef consomme.
Yeah.
The pumpkin soup was interesting because it also mixed in with pumpkin seed oil, which is very specific. But most importantly, ginger.
Yeah.
Which is a good addition, especially for like winter food. You know, because like ginger actually is another kind of spice. And it helps to warm your body and anything like that. And they do say ginger is actually good for your health.
Taste Asian.
Yeah. I mean, which is also why it's in a lot of not East Asian, but like Asian cuisines in general, but yeah, the goose leg, it was surprisingly really tender. Yeah. And also a lot of meat. Like honestly, we probably didn't even need the venison. Like just the goose leg was enough for 3 of us.
Yeah.
Which was crazy to think about.
Exactly.
But that's how much meat it has. Yeah. Like no wonder it was like what 38, 39 euro. Yeah. Like, it's one of those where like you put your knife in it and then like the meat just shatters because of how tender it is. Like, damn, that's crazy. Yeah. The sauce was also interesting. I actually never asked what kind of sauce is that. It's not gravy, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it's a kind of like well, the only thing that I remember is maronen, which is chestnut. Yeah, it was marinated with chestnut, and then the sauce was like something else.
It was an interesting taste that I rarely have for sure. Yeah. And then the venison though.
Oh yeah.
It was still decent, but it's probably not something that I would want to order again. Yeah, I just don't like how gamey or like gamey or like I don't know. The taste was just a little bit weird. Still not as weird as ostrich, but yeah.
It tastes very, very irony. It's
I get what you mean. Yeah.
It tastes like liver, like chicken liver, but like times 10.
True. Yeah. Actually, I never had chicken liver. I had goose liver though, and I freaking hated that. But then again, I was like 13, 14 back then, so maybe it changes now. I don't know, but I thought I would actually like it. I don't like the texture either, so
I think like it's more of the texture thing for me because I feel like that is like the taste like kind of like stronger than liver, but I can tolerate the venison better than a liver. Yeah, I think the texture definitely adds to it. Yeah, it was still good though. It's still good though. We managed to finish it. Yeah, I mean we finished everything, so that's good. Exactly. Makes me want to to drink beer a lot though.
No,
I don't know why.
Maybe so it's very surprising how we managed to only order one drink each. Yeah,
it was so close to ordering another one.
I actually wanted to as well.
Yeah. The only thing stopping me is the bill.
Oh no, exactly. No, you're right. You're very right.
Yeah. It's like okay, so we have spent how much now? Okay, maybe let's continue this at home.
Yeah, at the end we pay 105 euro with tips. Yeah. Which for 3 people, I guess it's still I mean for fancy meal like that, it's normal. Like it's reasonable. That's the word. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's just like there's things that you only have like once a month kind of thing.
Yeah. And yeah, now after dividing it by 3, it feels normal. But like when I received the bill, I was like, how much?
I mean, it's the same for me, right? Like I try to book the flights for my parents and stuff like that, and then like, after I book for them, I check my bank account. I lost £900.
And then you convert it. Oh yeah, it's the flight from Asia, and then you get 400 each. So it's like,
oh no, it's even worse. It's an inland flight in the UK. 900 for 3 people. And the only reason was because it's during Christmas and New Year. I was like, God damn, why can't we just take the train? No, son, we cannot take the train. It takes 6 hours to get down there. Actually, no, more than that. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, it's rough.
I mean, I can definitely take it, but like, my mom probably can't.
Yeah.
So like, yeah. Unfortunately, I have to pay for the flight.
I know.
To see my little brother.
Yeah.
Now, even my little brother felt bad. He was like, you guys don't really have to come. And my mom's like, no, we're coming to see you. Pay for the flight now. Yes, mother.
Aggressive care. Yeah. That kind of reminds me of how like one of my younger colleague, although I said younger colleague, but he's just like 2 years younger than me.
He's still younger.
Yeah. And he was so gung-ho about like going to other cities. And then he was like, yeah, I mean like I can go to Munich or Stuttgart or like Berlin, just take the RE, and then because like if you do like the German ticket subscription, you can actually do that. But it's excruciatingly long. So, and with the local trains, sometimes the delays can be pretty horrible. Once you get stuck in like a very small stations, then you are basically done. You probably have to camp in the station.
Oh god.
Yeah. So yeah, I went to Berlin once. It takes I think 9 to 10 hours.
Damn.
One way. So like,
how's it that slow? Was it Germany just big?
oh yeah, it's Germany just big.
Okay.
Also so it takes like 1.5 hour per ride. And then I have to wait 15 to 30 minutes for each in between. And I have to take a total of like 4 different trains.
Oh, you're having transit as well. That's
Yeah.
right. Okay, I thought it was like a direct train.
Oh no. Like the direct train ride from Duisburg to Berlin takes 4.5 hours.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah. And maybe I have to try the plane one day. Just check first.
I mean, if you plan it early, it should be relatively cheap anyways.
Oh yeah.
I mean, for me, like we bought plane tickets like.
Oh yeah, pretty close.
Yeah, like around a month ago. I mean, it's during Christmas and New Year, so it was probably still expensive either way. But yeah.
Oh yeah. And also, yeah, I guess like to be fair, like ICE can be pretty cheap if I go early. Like maybe like $20 one way.
You know what's really annoying? It's like basically here's one thing for you.
Yep.
Don't always just look at return trip. I didn't tell you this, but like for me coming to Germany and including my friend going back to Newcastle, we booked 4 separate flights. Yeah, so we didn't do a return, we just do 4 singles. And that's cheaper.
Damn.
Yeah, because like for some reason with return, sometimes they don't give you the option you want, which is like weird. But like so we'll basically just like separate the flights instead. And that also means I input in my email with a typo, and now I cannot receive any email about the flight, which means I have to check in at the airport.
No.
Should be fine, right? Like I think because I'm pretty sure checking with in person doesn't require you to give a confirmation number or anything like that. You just gotta give your name and passport.
I suppose so, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even if not, there should be ways to prove that I'm the one who booked the ticket, right?
Exactly.
So it's like, yeah, you just have to be there earlier, I guess.
Yeah. No.
Someone drank too much tea.
Yeah, the one time we actually have tea in daytime gaming, I got excited and drink a little bit too much.
I mean, on the first night we drank we drink too much, and I woke up like 4 times for the toilet, and
it would be like that.
you know, either the tea isn't strong, just like too exhausted, but somehow we still manage to actually sleep.
Yeah.
I'm getting old. Tea has no effect on me now.
Yeah. Also, this is kind of like the relaxation tea.
Oh, fair enough, yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, they drink it to relax, but like sometimes some culture like drink coffee to relax, so.
I mean,
Who knows?
it depends on what kind of coffee, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, especially right now, you got decaf as well, so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. My friend, my roommate, he cannot stand coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there was this one. Poor guy. Like, our bus journey was like, around almost 2 hours as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then somehow before that, he decided to have a frappuccino.
Yes.
Mind you, he hasn't had coffee for like 2 to 3 years. More like he just doesn't drink coffee in general. And they basically had to hold his stomach until 2 hours later until he rushed into the toilet. Oh my god, that was hilarious. I was like, why do you even do that to yourself? It's like, I don't know, I just felt like having a frappuccino. I was like, and you didn't even have hot coffee, you had cold coffee?
Yeah. And a frappuccino is basically just a drop of coffee.
No, literally, yeah. Like, yeah. Icy cold with caffeine you're not used to. Good combination, right?
Exactly. Very genius, very demure. But there. It is what it is.
Yeah, and then here we are.
And here we are.
Unfortunately, Theo has to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
No more going out on the streets.
Yeah.
I have to stay at home to wait for Daddy.
What? Well, I guess I can give you the key, I guess.
Maybe. I'm too fair. It's not like I know where to go.
Just go to the, wait, where was it again? Comic Planet?
The what?
Comic Planet.
Oh. Yeah, maybe.
Just go to the Christmas market while it's still bright. With no lights.
No lights.
Yeah. Like the vibe is different, but I guess it's probably going to be worth it. Probably.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Although, yeah, it is kind of a vibe thing. It's not like you have to buy something, but you kind of have to stay there.
I mean, I still kind of want to try the apple fresh.
Yeah.
Apple fish.
Apple fish?
I don't know, apple fish.
Apple punch.
Apple punch, there you go.
Yeah. It's like fish.
Fresh.
Yeah.
I know fresh is like fresh.
Yeah, fish. Yeah. Fresh.
Fish is fish.
Yeah, fish.
Fish.
Yeah.
Fish dressing.
Yes. Then like what else? Like fish. There's a fish as well, which is, I think it's a beach.
Wow.
Because like usually it's a fish is either pear or wait, why is my brain not working?
No, your German lessons are failing you.
Yeah. Oh, it's a peach. Yeah. Fish is a peach.
Fish is peach. Okay.
Yeah, fish. It's also like, I kind of remember that just because it's one of the most common, like, fruity flavor in Germany. Which, sometimes, as someone from Indonesia who exclusively only drinks like plain black tea, I was like, it's like, why is everything has to be fruit flavored? I can't do this. I think like the only one that I actually can tolerate is the mint one. That's like mint is pretty much just aroma, right? So like doesn't really, well, I guess it does affect the taste a little bit, but the main flavor is still from the tea and the sugar, right? Yeah. Like the mint one, I can tolerate the most. Yeah, there was a period where whenever I needed, like, I had like a pretty rough week, I just buy like a large bottle of like the mint tea. Like, yeah, now I can be refreshed. And then I discovered about inspiration. And yeah, they actually like the way we drink tea is not according to the inspiration tradition, because they also use cream, and then the cream has to be put into the coffee in a very specific manner. So actually, you kind of have to use it. I think like so. Not only they don't really have like a very strict tea ceremony like in Japan, but they have like a pretty strict like tea routine that they have to go through. And then like even using on the cream, they have to pour the cream like counterclockwise. Like they pour it from their spoon like counterclockwise.
Okay.
So that gesture is kind of like just to signal that okay, so now for like during this tea time we are stopping the clock. We are not like thinking about like what you are going to do next, what you are going to do later. Just enjoy the moment basically.
Nice.
Yeah. That is actually pretty good sentiment. But of course we are working people, so at least get the cream. The time is not stopping. Yeah. Time is not stopping for anyone, so
why just end this podcast? I'm just kidding.
why should it end for us? But yeah. So what are the other German bucket list that you still have? Yeah, actually, you kind of wanted to. It's like I said that I went to Berlin using the RE. So like on the way home, I went through this one like small station. Like I'm not sure if it's actually a town or not. But it's called Porta Westfalica, and it sounds like kind of like a town out of like a video game. So I was like, oh, that kind of sounds cool. And then like on the way to Porta Westfalica, I saw from afar kind of like a giant statue. So it's actually kind of like a video game area.
Damn.
And then like, it turns out there's kind of like a monument on top of that. There's a church as well. Kind of like a museum as well. But of course, because it's small town, I think in the end you can still, even if you take the bus, you kind of still have to hike for like 30 minutes or something.
Damn.
So yeah, might as well just walk all the way there, I guess.
I want to go to those places. Actually.
Yeah. And then also I never camped in my life, and we do have a friend that is very experienced with camping in Europe, so he's also very down to do that, so we should definitely do that next time.
True, yeah. Not in winter though.
Yeah, probably not in winter.
Or else we go spoon together.
Dig a hole.
Spooning for warmth.
Yeah, dig a hole. Yeah, dig a hole, spoon together inside
dig a trench.
Dig a trench. Oh no, the PTSD. In my previous life, I was a Polish soldier.
And stop there.
Yeah. Which reminds me, like, I think like, by the time like we already have like tanks and everything, like one of like the countries they still have like cavalry, so they still fight with horses.
Yeah.
But of course the horses got, like even if they didn't get shot, like the sound of the gunfire itself already scares the horses. Because like horses are really sensitive.
Yeah.
And yeah, basically like the horses just like messes everything up, and then like they realize that yeah, maybe we should stop using cavalry now.
Yeah, probably another things like if you're going to places related to mythology.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, I don't know what mythology is close to Germany.
Yeah.
It's not.
Maybe. Let's see.
Maybe it's also Celtic. I don't know. Why not? I don't think it's Celtic.
Let's see. What mythology is close to Germany?
Time to ask ChatGPT.
Yes. or German? I see. So it is Germanic mythology, but it's apparently it's kind of like close enough to Norse and Anglo-Saxon.
Yeah, that's fair. It's like someone movie.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I don't even know like Germany's like general history anyway, like how's it formed, why people there in general, you know, like stuff like that.
Yeah. I only remember that Germanic people used to be considered barbarians. But of course, like, they used that to their advantage. And they basically, like, secretly starting to get smarter and smarter and smarter, and then they started to use their notoriety as barbarians to kind of, like, take over, like, the other nations, basically.
Damn. Nice.
Yeah. Just like I have this book called The Brief History of Germany. Still like, still on the first pages though. I mean, like, some of the reviews say that it can be pretty biased, but I guess, like, if you just want to get an overview, that should be kind of still okay. Maybe that's then after that, if you are still interested, then get other sources, like, compare, like, where is different, basically. And there's this one that I read the sample of, but I haven't had the time to actually, like, finish the sample even. It's called, like, why the Germans do it better. And this guy is it was from a British author. And he basically wrote it during the time of when we were talking about Brexit.
Okay.
Yeah. And he was saying that basically, like, his whole summary is that there is no country that is considered to be, like, doing the most good and also the most evil, like Germany. Because, like, of course, like, Germany is notorious for, like, starting, like, 2 world wars. Like, both world wars,
Fair enough,
yeah. So, like, they were, like, famous for, like, doing some heinous shit. And then, but also after the World War, like, Germany, like, kind of, like, really, like, pays for the reparations and stuff. So, like, yeah, I guess, like, then now, like, Germany, like, did well. But yeah, I mean, like, that guy is also kind of, like, just wanted to basically his propaganda is like, yeah, we should not leave the EU. So yeah, I feel like it's definitely biased, but
yeah, that's
I can kind of say with his point.
I mean, it kind of surprises me that like someone even approved this, but then I suppose all kinds of purposes exist.
Yeah,
that gives me hope.
Yes,
it means I can publish random shit.
Yeah, I mean, like, for once, like, like, some people who, I wouldn't say they gave up, but, like, some people, like, their strategy is basically just to flood Amazon with their work. Because, like, Amazon has kind of, like, this program where you basically kind of, like, self-publish.
Yeah.
But they print the books for you.
Yeah. I've seen that one. I'm thinking, like, that's potentially one of my house, but I don't know. I'm actually thinking maybe I'll start a poetry collection first. Because I'm actually already writing poetry anyway. Yeah, but obviously I gotta study how other people write their poetry first, you know, as in how they publish their books and everything like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it also kinda it kinda worries me, but I guess it's not that big a problem that most of my poems also like a depressing kind.
Yeah, I mean, like,
that's not helping.
I mean, like, sometimes it helps to resonate better with people. Right?
Yeah, no, definitely. So like we'll see. But like that's like kinda my first goal. Yeah. But it also means like how many poems I should be submitting one at a time. Again, that probably needs some research.
Yeah.
Have to go to Ask Reddit.
Yes. Which reminds me, like, when I was, like, thinking about, like, yeah, maybe I should get more into, like, Indonesian, like, literary. So I was, like, started, like, going to the library, reading, like, old folklores. It's also the book where I found, like, that legend about, like, a king that got a little bit too excited, did that in a lift, and then the lift got dropped in the river, and then it got eaten by a fish, and then the fish had a son, basically. Because of that. I was like,
What?
Okay. People's imagination back then was as wild as we are.
To be fair, like, it really amazes me how like some mythologies like came out like outright weird, and somehow like people was like, yeah, we believe that.
Yeah, it's out there.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I can see. Yeah, the fish just like having like a son.
Yep,
Definitely valid.
definitely valid. And then and then at the same time I went to the bookstore and then found a poetry book, and then one of the poetry book, I don't know, one of the poets, it was literally just one sentence long.
Poem.
Yeah, one of the poems.
What?
Sorry, yeah, one of the poems is just one sentence long.
Damn.
I was like, wait. I went back to my mentally I went back to my Indonesian literature class, and then I was like, how do I infer any meaning from this? Now that I learn more and then know better, I guess it's also impressive that he was confident that this one sentence is all I need to convey all the ideas that I had in mind for this particular topic.
That is very fair. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to judge them, but one sentence still crazy.
Yeah. Especially because when you learn Indonesian literature, of course there's always the topic of the classic and then the modern poems, right?
Yeah, postmoderns and all this stuff. Yeah. Contemporary art.
Yeah. The contemporary ones, of course, they are a little bit more
experimental.
Free, experimental, more free. But the traditional ones, they also have some sort of structure like haiku.
Oh yes. Yeah.
It's not directly you have to do this many syllables, but some
they have a specific pattern.
Yeah, they have specific patterns. So it has to be ended with in an ABAB or AABB.
Okay. Yeah.
So So if this one ends with an un, then the next one has to end with something different. But the next one has to end with an, kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah. So it's for a set of four sentences. Yeah. And we have to write that for our exam. So now...
Oh, I would have absolutely loved that.
Yeah. That's also why I suck in Indonesian.
Love it.
Yeah. And then I thought okay, I've graduated I graduated high school. I can speak Indonesian. Why do I need to learn? Okay, of course, we have to write our thesis in Indonesian, so we have to learn academic Indonesian.
Haha.
Yeah.
Lol.
Get me out of this.
No.
Yeah.
It's fun, trust me.
Yeah, I got a B. That's one of the only lessons where, one of the only courses where I get a B.
B is decent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But also I was aiming to get the gold medal, so I was no. I'm from the gold medal though. Although I wanted the gold medal for very, very pragmatic reason, just because it's gold. So I don't know how much gold is in the gold medal, but if it's at least 1 gram, it can be something to hold on when emergency hits.
Bruh.
Yeah, I feel as I grew older, the reason I want gold is getting way less and less romantic. Anyway.
Later on, you're gonna be telling me in Africa to try to find golden city or something.
Yes, that will be our next special.
Oh god.
We will go to find the golden city of El Dorado.
Oh no.
And we are going to be cursed. You're going to turn into a monkey. I'm going to turn into a statue. Who else? Like Amami is going to. What else? Like the common like curse trope and like those kind of treasure hunting.
Pig, maybe. And that's in Greek mythology.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Or he will turn into the door.
What?
Yeah, just turn into the door and he cannot control like what he's going to say. So he's trying to warn people to not go inside the temple. But like his curse made him like, yeah, go inside the temple. You still have treasures? That would have been pretty rough.
I don't think turning into animals or inanimate objects is pretty bad, mate.
Yeah.
I mean, suppose turning into a cat isn't that bad.
You know what? That's not a curse at all.
That's not a curse.
That's a reward.
That's a blessing, yeah.
That's a reward. What do you mean now I have like 9 lives to go through if I got into an accident?
What do you mean now I can just scratch my master for food?
Exactly.
And I can shit everywhere.
Yeah, I can just think
because I won't understand the concept of toilets.
Exactly. Even if I understand, I refuse to understand.
Exactly.
Yeah. I know very well that my human keeper, my human servant, will not like this, and that's why I'm going to do it. That is indeed like the curse of the ages. Then, now that we get into like this like imaginary territory of like the fable or the folklore, like what other romantic journey do you want to have if it actually exists? Do you want to sail the 7 seas and find the secret treasure of the Flying Dutchman?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. I'll be seasick, but probably be seasick for like the first 3 days. And yeah, now if I get to go back in time, I want to try the giant tortoise. Because like apparently they say that the giant tortoise is very tasty.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. Oh yeah, now that I'm saying of alternative meat. I think like we talk about like how reptiles in general just taste like chicken. Right?
Oh yeah. I mean, I even had alligators in Orlando, so yeah, I can confirm.
Yeah,
they do taste like chicken.
Yeah. That's like near my apartment. There used to be like in Jakarta. Near my apartment, there used to be like a Chinese restaurant. Like the front of the restaurant is everything is in Mandarin. So like I don't know what this is, but like I saw the menu online and it looks interesting. And one of the menus is basically like fried snake or something.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I want to try that now.
Yeah.
I mean, I do have snakes in Hong Kong, so I know how to taste snake, but not fried snake.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I usually have like snakes in like soup. Yeah. It's still good. I like it.
Do they taste like chicken?
Yeah.
I mean, like they're also reptiles, so.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like all reptiles taste like chicken.
Yeah.
Because chickens are reptiles.
Yes. Yeah, I remember that I kind of wanted to try it out, but like also the only barrier to entry is like the price, because I think like.
I mean, I suppose it'll be pretty expensive over here. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It can be hard to keep as well. It depends on how they want to keep this food ingredients, I guess.
Yeah.
Because like in Hong Kong, we're still at the point where like, for example, we keep live snakes until like we actually eat them and stuff like that. And it works well that way because obviously Hong Kong is like the top, not top two, but like hot country in general. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that the snakes can still live under natural temperature, but obviously, I suppose over here you need to like get heaters and all stuff, which that means it makes it not worth it to actually keep them alive until you eat them.
Yeah.
Which that means you need to find ways to preserve the meat and stuff like that, which makes them more expensive. Yeah,
exactly. Oh yeah, but like in Jakarta, yeah, I don't think like the perception of like snake is probably not going to be good if you keep them alive. So I guess you still have to somehow preserve them.
Oh yeah, so just us Chinese being weird.
Yeah. I mean, like also maybe like even in like an expensive restaurant kind of like standard, it costs like 1.5 times like the price for chicken. Like, yeah, I mean like as a student, it was like kind of like intimidating, and then like so I was like trying to find like other Chinese guys, so like maybe we can split the bill. And then like one of my friends who was like, so I don't know, and like as like he said that his belief like kind of like doesn't, he was not comfortable with eating snakes because like his belief kind of like, I guess like snakes is something that you shouldn't be eating basically.
Yeah, Christian.
Nah, I don't think it's, even if it's Christian, like it's not from his Christian side. Because like in Indonesia, because like you have to have a religion, like you do have like a weird mix sometimes, because like you still preserve your local culture while you're like adopting like the culture of your religion basically.
I mean that's the same in most countries, which is not dominated by religion. Yeah, like China is definitely like that. Because like they do say like with every village you go, they have like a different belief. Like even for village, there's like a hike away, you know. Yeah, which actually makes Chinese folklore really interesting. Because like you can find very similar stuff, or you can find very different stuff. Like it's never ending to like collecting like Chinese folklore just because of like how many different beliefs people have. You know, in this huge country. Yeah, and then you have Japan, which like obviously the basis is Shinto, but obviously there's the argument that Shinto is not exactly religion, but more like a practical
kind of like Confucianism.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But then obviously besides that, Japanese would believe in Buddhism mainly. Obviously there was some Christians, you know, stuff like that. So they kind of mixed together, which is very interesting. Yeah, religion is like if you actually want to dive deep into it academically and professionally, like I think they're actually really interesting, right? Because like it really shows like, you know, people's initial beliefs. I mean, like in the early days, but also obviously in the modern days as well. You know how it shapes their view of the world. You know why they decide to stick to this belief or religion. You know, stuff like that, and just in general, right? Like if you can make some really cool stories of like these religions or beliefs. Maybe not religion, but broadly yes.
Because like I don't know why, but this conversation suddenly reminded me one of like the most common Indonesian folklore, and then I suddenly remembered the other one. Because like someone like trying to make like a contemporary commentary on that, because it is a story called like the golden cucumber.
Okay.
So it is kind of like Momotaro, right? So like kind of like there's an old woman. She was like she wants a child, but of course she's already old, so she can't get pregnant easily. So she met a giant, or like the green giant. And she asked for like, okay, so I want a child, and then like the giant said that, okay, you can have you take this cucumber and you can have a child from this cucumber, but like once the child is like old enough, I'm going to come and eat that child.
Damn.
She was like, okay, fine, I just want a child, and then like from the golden cucumber like emerges this girl who is aptly named literary name, the golden cucumber. So the golden cucumber like grew into like her teenage years, and then of course there's that line that the giant had said. So like now of course, it's a spiritual giant. So like, she can just, he can just like chase the, golden cucumber to the end of the earth. So like, her mom was like, okay, so like, what do we do now? And then like, she racks her brain, and then she found like the weakness of like the green giant. And then basically she gave like that weakness to the golden cucumber. And then when the golden cucumber was about to be eaten, she used the thing that her mom has prepared for her. And then she basically killed the green giant. And she was able to live with her mom, and live happily ever after, basically.
Damn.
Yeah. Okay, so you can argue that it can be like a story of like an ingenuity. Like how you can adapt to situations and not give up. But like also like, if you see it from the other way, it's kind of like you are agreeing to a deal, breaking that deal, but you're getting rewarded for it.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, that kind of makes sense. And then the other one that I remembered earlier was actually pretty. It's basically like kind of like probably relates more to our first topic actually, because it's all like the messed up human imagination that culminated into one single story. The main character of the story is called Sangkuriang.
Okay.
So this is a story about a young princess and her guardian dog. So of course this is all magical. So the guardian dog can turn into a man. And yeah, of course like the princess and her guard like fell in love with each other, like the common trope in like mythology. And then they had the child, which is called Sangkuriang. And then of course after the child was born, like the guard most of the time he spends with their family in his dog form.
Yeah.
Instead of as a human. I don't know why, but like that's the lore. And then one day, so basically like the child Sangkuriang only knows his dad all his life as that dog. For some reason they never told Sangkuriang that his father is a magical dog that can turn into a human. So one day they went to hunt for Shikanoko for a deer. And then I think like Sangkuriang messed up something, or like so Sangkuriang messed up something, and then basically like the deer was about to attack him. So like the dog kind of like bit him to kind of get him out of the way. But like of course like because of that, the deer also like ran away, and he cannot get anything to eat. So in a fit of rage, Sangkuriang killed the dog. And then he basically ripped the liver apart, and then brought the liver back to his mom, and then claimed that it is a deer liver. Yeah, and then like they ate it, and then like she was like, at first she didn't really question, like maybe the dog was just like playing outside. But like after they are done with the meal, she finally became really suspicious, and then she asked her son, so like, yeah, where's your dog? Where's our dog? And then he finally like meekly admitted that, yeah, actually that liver wasn't a deer liver. It belongs to the dog. So of course, hearing that your son has just murdered your husband in cold blood and made you eat his liver.
Oh no!
Like his mom was like went into like blind rage. She took a what was it again, that rice spoon, and she hit him like as hard as she can, leaving a very big scar. And then he just ran away. And then time skips. Time skips. So his mom is of course like also involved with witchcraft and stuff. So like she basically like gained eternal youth. And then like Sangkuriang himself like grew up into like a really attractive young man. Okay. And then by some twist of fate, they met each other again, but like they didn't recognize each other for some reason. like Sangkuriang fell in love with his mom.
Oh my god.
But like in before like when he proposed to her, like she finally realized that it's her son. But like because like he was so excited about the whole thing, like she was like she doesn't have the heart to tell him, so she just make a very impossible request to build her a giant boat in a night. So basically a lot of Indonesian folklore is just like a girl trying to reject someone's proposal by asking them to do the impossible within like one night. Like, so of course like Sangkuriang being also like a magical person, he has like lots of genies that can help him. So he was about to finish the task, but like of course like the mother cheated basically. And then so basically she made the genie thought that it's already down. So like they went away because they can only work at night, because they are like most of like this evil magical creature can only work at night.
Okay.
So they are already at town, so the genie just gave up, and then the ship remains unfinished. So in a blind fit of rage, he kicked the boat, and then like the boat became a mountain.
Damn.
Yeah. And now I might have mixed that up with another one, because as I say that there are two folklore that is like basically just women trying to reject someone's proposal by asking them to do the impossible. So let's check Sangkuriang ending. Yeah, he kicked the unfinished boat he was building. This act transformed the boat into the upside down mountain known as Mountain Tangkuban Perahu. Yeah, and then I think like that is like where the version that I heard like ends basically. Yeah,
that's crazy, bro.
I know, right? But like when you grow older and you realize that in that one story you have like bestiality and incest in the same story. It was like, damn, we do learn some crazy stuff when we were younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, although it's not all bleak. It's not all bleak though, because like one of the cultural export that Indonesia actually have is like this Hindu character called Gatot Kaca, which is basically Superman before he was cool.
Before he was cool.
Yeah. Basically, because like of course like one of the earliest Indonesian history was built by like Hindu and Buddhist kingdoms, right? So, like we do have like the folklores and everything, but like one of the character that is not developed in India, but like became really prevalent is this character called Gatot Kaca, which is basically the Indonesian version of Hercules. So he's a demigod that's like impervious to bullets. He can fly, and and he basically has a very strong muscles. Yeah, and that's basically the only bad thing that spawns from that is basically whenever everyone wants to create some sort of like superhero story, basically they just how can we dress Gatot Kaca in like a different type suit this time?
I see. Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Oh well. That's how corporation media work.
No, it's not even corporation. Sometimes like even the indies like I wanted to make a traditional like superhero story. Who should I pick? Fuck, there's only one.
Damn. That's crazy.
That's crazy. Although one studio that's back to differ. They basically made an FGO with just like Indonesian like folklore characters. And basically they have like 50 to 100 characters before they got shut down. So like
Before they get shut off.
because like I think like in the end like they kind of like pick like a business model that should be sustainable for them, but like in the end I think like they just didn't generate enough following, unfortunately. So yeah, unfortunately they had to shut it down. But it was actually like pretty cool to see kind of like, okay, so like there's this character from this folklore that I actually kind of like recognize. Like, oh. And then like there's some probably like unfortunate circumstances. I was like, okay, so this sounds like this modern song, but like turns out it wasn't. Like it was actually an important person. But like the other song is kind of like a parody of like the modern society. So like, oh,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm remembering this name for like the wrongest reasons, and I felt kind of bad.
Well, at least you know some lore. Like now that you ask me, I don't even know if I can think of any specific Chinese lore.
Yeah.
I remember most of the stuff about the narrative to be fair. Like, you have to cross the bridge. When you reincarnate, and before you cross the bridge, there's this old woman who gives you some soup. Which after you drink it, you will forget about your previous life. And stuff like that, yeah.
So you shouldn't drink the soup from the foreigner.
Yeah, but you have to, or else you get across the bridge.
No. Unfortunately, yeah. I mean, like I say that, but like, I feel like if you remember stuff from your previous life, yeah, maybe it can make life a little bit easier because you already know stuff.
I mean, I imagine it would make life a lot easier to be fair.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on which stage you pass away, I guess. Like, if you like pass away naturally, you know, at that point, you should have gained like a healthy mindset. If you want to continue living, you know, if you pass away like when you're a child, you know, maybe when you're a criminal, you know, or like when you're still a naive teenager and stuff like that, maybe it's not that good.
True.
Yeah.
Also, regardless, kinda give you kind of like a burden. Just like, oh no,
Yeah, it definitely depends on experiences, I guess, yeah.
Exactly.
So, okay, we can just imagine it's like all those isekai anime. The person is just happy. He got a new life. They can ditch his whole life and do new things again.
Exactly. Kinda understand now why escapism as a genre actually kinda works.
I mean, that's most fiction. Most fiction are escapism anyways. I mean, well, that's the point of fiction. So.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But like, I mean, like, when I say like as a genre, then that's kind of like the central theme, which sometimes can be a little bit too much because like, yeah, I mean, like, you are like, I mean, like, you have suffered in your previous life, yes, but like, it's not like you went into the new world and suddenly like you don't need to worry about anything, right?
I mean, I would say it depends, right? Like, if anything, it's not that they portray it wrong. I would say that most of them are pretty accurate. Like, you know, say like right now, you don't want to live your current life for like various reasons. And then so you got sent to another world with like no burdens from your previous life. I mean, of course you're going to be happy about that. But like, if anything, it's more, I feel like most of the time, like, the story underestimated the new burdens that you would have.
Yeah.
Like, in a new life. And, you know, that's the cheap part, right? You know, a lot of the authors just kind of skip that part because they don't want to think about it because, you know, it's supposed to be like a feel-good novel or anything like that. So just go, this guy has like level 1,000 powers. This guy can like absorb everything. This guy has unlimited money, you know. You know, it actually, I would say, like, ironically, it does reflect on what each author is worried about, I guess. Because at the end, what you don't want to write is because it's something that you don't feel comfortable with. So, yeah, you know, I'm saying this as like something to write as well. You know. So, like, it's something that you don't feel comfortable with. It's something that you think is boring, maybe.
Mm-mm.
You know, that's like the easiest explanation.
Yeah.
You know, and obviously, like, most of the time, yeah, solving problems is going to be boring. I mean, like, especially when it comes to, like, the most generic issues, like, how to get money.
Mm-mm.
You know, like, how to find a house, stuff like that. You know, like, no readers want to read about that. Because everyone so struggle about finding houses or get money. I don't need to see that from another character, mate.
Yeah, but that's also why I really like realist hero. Right?
Yeah. So I suppose it really depends on what your target audience is.
I guess
Yeah. It's just that it turns out all these feel good novels, and just like doesn't suit us because we want realism, more than just escapism.
Yeah. Or like if it's escapism, then just focus on like the thing, right? But sometimes it feels like they kind of wanted to solve a problem, but they oversimplify the problem.
Yeah.
And then that's the kind of like where it kind of feels flat.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's almost like an anticlimax, basically. It's this telling, oh my god, there's this problem looming behind it. Oh, never mind, it's gone because it's level 1000.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But like when it's actually like escapism, like the campfire cooking in another world. It was like, now like, okay, so like, he wants to escape by like, now that, by like being able to cook like anything that he wants.
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of focus on the cooking. Then, okay, now I can kind of see like where I wanted to escape to. Because like you don't really focus on like, this guy like doesn't have any problem, but like because like you can see, right, like I think like it's not just like isekai but also like slice of life. Like some people argue that the slice of life that is actually good, it is not really like struggle, but they kind of show you like kind of the path for them to kind of like get to the feel good part.
Yeah, I mean every story still needs a kind of struggle.
Yeah.
And it's more about like the scale you want to write it. Most story, or maybe I would say the most general story, is that it's one huge struggle. You got like what we call the rising action. You got the beginning, you got the rising action. You have the climax, then you have the resolution, and then you end it.
Yeah.
So basically you have one huge problem that the character has to climb over, and then the end of the story is when he resolves that. But then you also have other kinds of story structures where basically each chapter, each session has its own rising action to solve. And this is like, this is especially how like most like, just like, what do you call it, like slice of life fictions in anime, functional, it's like a problem in every episode. But then it's like, so like most of the time it's going to be like something casual because it was too major, then, it's not something you can actually do in one episode, right? So that often it's something like, oh my god, I want to cook this, but then I can't find an ingredient. What do I do now? Oh no. And then at the end, oh, it's fine. It's like, and my friend actually knows someone who do farming and then I get the food, stuff like that. Yeah. It's like very minor things.
Yeah. I mean, like when I say that, like you kind of like Eurocamera, it's like my favorite anime ever. It's kind of like it's kind of like the simple things of like I mean like I want to start a fire, I don't know how, and then like I tried and I was finally able to lit the fire by myself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's these mundane stuff that make it interesting.
Exactly.
Like anything can be made interesting depends on how you write it.
Yeah.
I'm not that stupid enough. Yeah, I am.
I know, right? Like, I mean, like, there are some animes where they were like, okay, so like, I can't lit the fire, like, what do I do now? And then like, her friend just came and then like, poop. And then like, doesn't hit us hurt.
I mean, it's very interesting actually, like, I mean, I wouldn't say all, like, the general Japanese cultures like that, but I did read a book, which is called The Convenience Store Lady. And it was a novel. Now it was like surprisingly simple, but that what makes it especially memorable. And it's basically about a woman who's been working at like a convenience store for like years by now, and she's fine with that. She have very minimalistic life. Her wage is only just enough to get her living by. And she's like completely fine with that. For her, like mundane is like the best things ever. But then one day, like she encountered, like a random guy basically. I can't remember how she interacted with the guy. But then like the guy was basically saying, I think I vaguely remember now. Like basically, he doesn't really have time to manage her own house. But then like, there's this random guy, and he was like, "I'll manage your house, but you feed me," kind of thing. But then obviously the guy, she agreed to it initially. I think it's like trying to find a boyfriend or something like that. Yeah. But like eventually, obviously, the guy gets a lot more greedy. He's like, "Oh my god, like we don't have enough money. You need to start to find another job." And then kind of just work at a convenience store. And then like the girl's like, "Yeah, you know what? Sure, I'll try to do that." But then also she kind of struggles to do that to find a job, but then she also struggles to fulfill the demands of the guy basically. And then at the end, she basically kicked him out. But like, at that point, she already quitted her job at the convenience store. But then she realized, okay, this can't go on. She kicked the guy out. And then like one day, she went to a convenience store to try to find something, to try to buy something. She realized like there's a new employee who's like struggling with the things. So she just went ahead and do it. And she realized, okay, this is actually what I'm the most comfortable with. And she basically just got a job there at a new convenience store. And like that's like the end of the story. It's like, oh yeah, that's actually pretty interesting. It's almost like there's no character development. But like in some sense there still is. Like the character development is the woman solidifying her ideals that I'm content just working at a convenience store. And she's happy about it. So good for her. And that's character development. And basically she went from being neutral about her life to actually being content about her life. And that's character development. But like, it's such a very normal, a very normal thing to read, I guess you could say. I mean, obviously, besides the fact that, okay, you suddenly got a random guy who's your boyfriend like now living in your house, just like in general, everyone has this kind of experience, right? You're doing something and you want some spice in your life, so you get that spice, and you realize that spice is not for you. So you just go back to your original life, kind of thing. And like the fact that like they also managed to make it into like an interesting and like an intriguing story, that's what intrigues me. And I should really like it. Like I think I should go back to read it again.
Which reminds me that I heard this movie from abroad in Japan. Well, not made by him, but like he was telling the story about this movie called Perfect Life, if I'm not wrong.
Okay.
But it's basically just a simple story about the janitor like cleaning like various toilets in various places. And it's just like about like appreciating the mundanity of like daily life. Yeah, now hearing your story, I kind of wanted to see it for real now.
Oh, it's gonna be a movie now.
Yeah,
let's do it. We're spooning.
we can insert like read the Realist Hero on my tablet, and you can see him like basically trying to solve anthrax. Because like that's like basically like his this genre is basically just, here's a problem, here is a solution from my world, let's try to implement. Oh, it works to some extent. Why doesn't it work? I don't have enough people, let's find more people.
Yeah, so it's basically solving a problem, but then it creates more problem kind of thing. I mean, that's basically civilization building in general. Which is also very interesting and stuff. Like, I do kind of like to see it, just to see how like the authors sees politics in their eyes. And, just in general, I also think that, like, the fact that you can manage to juggle so many characters, in like one setting, like, it's an amazing thing to me as well.
Yeah.
You manage to, like, introduce so many characters, but then, like, and most of them still have, like, an equal importance to the story. The side characters being side characters, but, like, they have to be there because their existence is important to, like, the whole setting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I really like that kind of stuff. Yeah, like to each their own, fewer characters have their own good, large cast also have their own good. But obviously, most of the time, fewer characters is better, especially for early writers because it's easier to write.
Yeah.
But you have to focus on like each character development, which is obviously the most important part before you can get to like the next one and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you end up with like the last book that I read, like the solution was kind of like, okay.
What book was that?
Reliving. It was like the other one, which is the Attendance of a Bookworm. That was a little bit more satisfying because, like, okay, so like we try to implement the solution doesn't work because like there's different cultural background between regions, and then like, okay, so like maybe this region doesn't accept it as well. Like, let's see, like, what is the difference? But like, that's about it. They don't really focus. They don't really dwell on it. They kind of like, okay, so maybe you can try this instead, and maybe like if that's actually relevant, we'll get back into that. Like in the end, it's just still focus on like the main character and like the people around her. Yeah, that's another one.
Yeah, So like, how like you say the realist in that novel, that pattern is also very important in itself.
Yeah.
Like obviously, at the end, it depends on your target audience and, well, most importantly, how you want to write. But like obviously, as I said, the most simple structure is like just like one big hill to cross over.
Yeah.
But then like, just as everything you do in your life, right? You can't just expect someone to be always going uphill, because it doesn't feel good, it feels like you don't see the end of it.
Yeah.
So like, well, one way to do it is basically like how you mentioned how the realists do it, is by making smaller achievements. So like, this is the problem right now. They solved it, which, that's one thing done, but then obviously the solution creates another problem, so they have to keep fixing it until everything is done, which by that point is probably like the end of the story. And like, this kind of pattern actually really helps. And like, I would definitely recommend people to like follow that pattern for like an easier structure. It's easier for yourself as well, because the trap points of the story is how I would like to describe it. It's like, okay, your characters have to solve this problem first. It's like small steps. How did they get to that point? Then you have to write it out. They got to that point, and move on to the next one. Just a little by little, kind of stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only problem on why I like the lead is the last book that I read doesn't feel satisfying. So it feels like they made a really huge build up, and then they were like really already really uphill. What the? I mean, like, it's so basically, let's say like the book has 10 chapters, and then like the build up is like 9 chapters, and then like, so in the first paragraph of chapter 10, there's all the problem that has been built up through several books, and then like culminates in this 9 chapters, suddenly just gone.
Yeah, basically Russian.
Yeah, it's like, why do you have to do that? It was like, but like the previous book was quite okay. It's just like the only thing that I was like that I kind of felt a little bit jarring is like the author was like so dead set into like shaping all his characters, and everyone has to get married at some point. I was like, oh. I know they're like a young kingdom and they need lots of citizens, but this was like a very radical way to solve that problem.
Just imagine like, what's his name? Shinzo Abe? No.
Shinzo Abe,
Yeah. Have sex.
Yeah.
And reproduce.
that's basically his propaganda in a book, in a whole novel series.
So Abe has succeeded. He's influencing the novel writers.
Exactly.
The solution: have sex.
Yes.
Reproduce.
Exactly.
And
That's
you prosper.
Exactly. Because like the main character has like 7 wives already by the latest book, and he was like, whenever he met like his male friend, he was like, yeah, marriage is good. Marriage is good because he's a king. So like every single queen like understands that as much as they are wives, they are also like political figures.
Mm-hmm.
So they have like things to do. So he doesn't have to deal with them like every single time.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, that's one of those.
Yeah. And also they were like, they shared him, so they kind of have to make a system, so he doesn't have to meet like one single person like regularly.
Oh my god, that actually reminds me, there was this one manga. I need to continue it, because like, it was surprisingly wholesome.
Mm-mm.
But the way it started, but the way it goes is so weird. It's like, there was this like human girl who was randomly being teleported, well, being summoned to another world by the demon lord. And the demon lord said, yes, I need a human girl to literally reproduce. And the girl's like, what the fuck? and well, they kind of fell in love. Was it like?
I think
yeah, you probably seen that one as well. Yeah, but like, I don't know if they. I mean, obviously, at some point, the girl would have feelings for the demon lord as well. But like, at first, it feels more like obviously her responsibility, her job to actually give birth. But then, obviously, like the way they do that is obviously weird, but also not the weird way you think it is. But it's basically because it's a magical world, so the way she gives birth is she laying eggs. Obviously, they don't really show the process of giving birth, but it's just like, every time it's like, I actually don't even think they have actions on the bed, if I remember correctly. It's more like they just have a little kiss and sprinkle some magic on it.
Sprinkle some magic.
And then she will have an egg. But like, besides this weird process that they have, surprisingly, the way they often portray like the parenting of like the children. I mean, at the end, like, oh my gosh, you got a fuck ton of children. Like, we're talking about like 10 here or something. And it's still increasing, if I remember correctly. So I was like, god damn, but that is wholesome. It's really wholesome. I like it.
Oh no. Now that you mention it, I remember what I felt about like the family of like the king and Realist Hero.
No.
It feels kind of like a wholesomely run family corporation.
For what?
It's a family corporation.
Okay.
It's a family company, but it runs wholesomely, and then it was like, so basically it feels kind of like the main character is a shareholder. The main wife is the CEO, and then every other wife is like basically her employees, and they listen to her.
Interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, it feels like this feels less like a family and more like company, but you get laid with each other. So like, interesting. That's an interesting way to write like a family. But I'll take this. Yeah, I mean, like, also, like, the Ascendants of a Bookworm, like, they also have, like, they kind of, like, try to paint, like, the human relationship to be, like, very noble-like. So, like, you do have, because, like, she used to be she starts as a commoner, right? So, like, you do see, like, the common, like, quote-unquote myth that, like, commoner, like, marries out of love and everything. Although, like, as we know, like, even peasants kind of, like, marry out of necessity. So, like, as usual, like, the romanticized version of, like, peasants can marry out of love, but, like, nobles, sometimes very rarely can marry out of love, but like mostly it's also functional. Yeah. And then like kind of like the struggle of her dad has to get a second wife, even though he vowed not to, because like their territory kind of like got bigger. Because like now they kind of have like a political importance to kind of have like a second queen kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
On another topic,
Mm-mm.
have you actually seen people suffering like this? Yeah, I actually don't even know how to, like, the more I do, it's like, what the hell, how did they even do it? And like, the more I do, it's like, this is not shuffling at all.
Yeah.
And it's more like power shuffling, but like, in a fancy way.
Yeah.
But like, you know, tons of people doing that, it's like, this is not how you do it. This is not shuffling, you know? This is literally just doing this.
Yeah. This is just cutting, but off on.
Yeah, it's
on
just cutting, but on your hand.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god. It kind of irritates me that like, some people shuffle like that. Like, I understand some of them actually shuffling, but like, it's like, just stop it. I can teach you better. At least learn how to shuffle, mate. Yeah. I mean, especially in Pokemon, obviously at this point you don't do that, but like, Pokemon is fine. Yeah, it was like, oh my god, I just learn with shuffling. I mean, that one you just did also kind of annoys me as well.
Which one? This one?
It's like, what the. No.
The Hindu shuffle.
That's not shuffling, man. That's not shuffling. That's just power shuffling, but more fancy.
Yeah, that's called the Hindu shuffle, but like that's kind of like seen as like the lesser evil compared to like power shuffling for some reason.
Yeah.
Although like we all know that it doesn't feel like. It feels like I'm taking like the same thing like every time. It's like, oh.
Yeah. Alright, actually, since now that we have a chance, let me teach people how to do it.
Yeah.
So like, this is like, cause I just couldn't stand people. Cause like, one thing obviously is for my own good as well. Cause when people are shuffling that slowly, we literally can't play out. Mate, you're wasting 30 seconds just to shuffle. You don't have to do that. So now that we have a chance, now that we have a camera, let's do this. Alright. So, well, whatever your non-dominant hand is, obviously hold your deck. And you take half of it. And then, what I see a lot of people do as well is that they do this. I'll do it like this way. Yeah, obviously, you can see this isn't going to work. And the main reason is because when you face your cards on this side, it has a larger surface area, which means more friction. Like, that's the reason why you cannot insert them, because there's too much friction for you to actually do that. Yeah. So well, for one, it's very hard for you to actually shuffle like that, and two, it's going to damage the sleeves more easily. Yeah. So the best way to do it is start from the corner. So for me, I think the easier way is start from the inner corner, so the corner facing you. Obviously, some people like to do it from the outside. So I would say from the inside is better, because the main reason is because when you're holding your deck like this, your edge is being blocked by your index finger. Yeah. So it means when you push that way, you know, the deck wouldn't go up. Or you do it this way, then like obviously the deck can fall off. So it's better to push it from the inside and try and push it from the outside. Because if you push it from the outside, your fingers aren't blocking the cards from falling off. Yes. So like, yeah. And as you might be noticing already, the way I do is I push it from the corner, because obviously that's the part of the sleeves with the least surface area, which then makes it easier to like insert the cards more evenly into the deck. And that's what I would call proper shuffling, than just basically cutting. That is not shuffling, that is cutting.
That's cutting, but fancy.
Yeah, obviously. And like for the more advanced techniques, you know, one thing is like, obviously when you're holding your deck, they can fall off on one side. So, well, lean your deck a bit sideways, so it wouldn't fall off, even when your hand is loose. Obviously, we shake it to hard will. but like lean it sideways for a little bit. You have to let it loose, and the reason for that is because, it helps you to insert your cards in more easily. Because obviously, if you hold it like this, you still cannot do it. You still cannot insert the cards to shuffle anyway. So you've got to remember to do it loosely. Yeah, so that it's easier to put the cards in there. Second technique is a lot of people understand the logic of inserting from the corner, but they turn the cards too quickly, so that it goes back to the original problem of like too much surface area for friction. So you gotta make sure when you insert the cards diagonally, at least it's in halfway through before you turn it, and that will make the shuffling a lot easier. And that is my lesson of the day.
Yeah.
Just practice and you can do it quicker. But like even with slow, I mean to be fair, if you've been suffering like this, it's slow anyway. So just like try doing it this way. I would say this is like the optimal method of shuffling. I mean, arguably you can do riffle shuffle as well, but you're playing a lot of card games.
Yeah.
Then riffle shuffle doesn't apply to most of them.
Yeah.
So it's better if you find a method to do it. And for me, I would say this is the best method to do it.
Yeah.
Just learn it. Just do it a bit more often, and you can do it pretty quickly now. Yeah.
And especially, like, you can't really do the rifle shuffle with Japanese card games.
Yeah.
Because, like, they wanted to make the card looks fancy, so they use, like, thicker paper.
Yeah.
Which cannot, like, really bend back.
Yeah.
Which is why it's really bad for rifle shuffling.
Yeah.
But, like, with the Western card games, usually they are designed to be rifle shuffled. So they're a little bit thinner, a little bit more flexible. So then when you rifle shuffle it, they can kind of like bend back into their original shape.
Yeah, obviously. But like, I still would not recommend rifle shuffling in general, even if you're playing like Magic or Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's because obviously if you bend too much, the cards are bent.
Yeah.
And in a tournament, that will create problems. Because it means your card will be too bent, and they can potentially call you for cheating. Yeah, because obviously there will be cases where some cards are too bent and some cards are not. And like they can say that, okay, yeah, because this one's too bent, you can see it from the deck which card it is. Which means it can potentially create cheating scenarios. So like, and obviously a second reason is for collective reasons. Collecting or even selling the cards. Because obviously if it's too bent, then the quality goes down, and potentially, some people would not like it, and hence it will be harder for you to sell the card.
Yeah,
which obviously is important because the main way to actually keep yourself to continue playing the card game is to resell the cards that you want to use when you want to buy new cards.
Yeah.
So it is very important to keep your cards in good conditions as well. And I would say riffle shuffling would actually damage the cards more than doing them good. Yeah.
That Yu-Gi-Oh actually like had one single sub mini arc that is dedicated just to shit on riffle shuffling.
That's so funny, what the hell. I can see why though, yeah.
Because this Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Like, it's always like magic is involved in some shape, way or form. So like, it's like Yu-Gi-Oh was like fighting against like a crazy bad guy. So they were like dueling with puzzles and everything. Like, so basically, if you lose, then your legs will be chopped off.
Damn.
Yeah. But like the bad guy, he riffle shuffled his deck. And then like basically like the premise is like Yu-Gi like lost his Dark Magician, and then he only has one Dark Magician, right? But like his opponent also uses Dark Magician, but he has like 3 Dark Magician in his deck. But like because of that, like he also like kind of like uses lots of cards that kind of like just uses his Dark Magician kind of like kind of like a cannon fodder. But like, so in the end, he was like the premise was like the bad guy was like, ha, you don't have any Dark Magician anymore, so I'm going to use this card to summon my Dark Magician. And then like Yu-Gi-Oh was like, you thought I don't have any Dark Magician, but I don't have any Dark Magician anymore, but I have the Dark Magician girl. And then because Dark Magician Girl is the pupil of Dark Magician, she gains power for each Dark Magician in the graveyard. But she only gains 300, so she's still weaker than my Dark Magician. And then because she didn't just inherit my Dark Magician, but also your Dark Magician. Like, you have betrayed your Dark Magician, so now it's fighting back against you. Because the rifle shuffled this deck.
What the hell? But also I don't think Dark Magician Girl has that effect, does it?
A Dark Magician Girl has that effect.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
I guess dueling was just different. But yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh no, because they are dual probably.
Yeah.
Also, like, there's like new versions, right? Like the original version, she basically gains 300 power for each Dark Magician in both graveyards.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Which is why she's so just kidding. Because like so the only premise is that because you only require one tribute, but also like basically you need to somehow like have 2 Dark Magicians in your graveyard to make it stronger than the Summoner Skull.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so that's like too much work.
I see.
Yeah. Also, if you are playing against people who do like the side shuffling, the only thing that you need to be careful about is to make sure that they cannot see in any way, shape, or form what they are currently shuffling. Because like some people will be shuffling a little bit too horizontally, and they can kind of pick on this card is the card that I don't want, so I'm going to make it a little bit down there. If it's a card that I want, then I'm going to make it here, and then I'm going to just leave that card on top, basically.
Yeah,
that's like this.
It's a very common way of cheating,
Yeah. Like, make sure that your opponent cannot see it.
Yeah. Another thing it's good to know is that, like apparently, if you shuffle 7 times, that's as random as the deck can get. I mean, obviously, if you feel like it, you can shuffle more, but, you know, if you want like a good number to stay at, 7 is a good number. Yeah. Which is why I stick to it as well. Yeah.
And the hard road to be had here is that duplicates, which I happen to have right here, is also part of the random equation. So like, just because you get the duplicates doesn't mean that you don't shuffle enough. Sometimes, like, you see, I've been shuffling like all day.
Oh my god, I got it as well.
Yeah.
Maybe it is our problem suffering.
Exactly. So yeah, that is also like, it's another proof of like, so like basically if you're playing with your friend and they have duplicates, don't just accuse them of cheating. That's part of
it's part of the process.
It's part of the process.
It's a canon thing.
Yeah. Unless you actually unless they openly just
unless you see them every day. Then maybe that's a problem.
Yeah, then maybe there's a problem. Also, I find it a little bit concerning that some of my friends kind of misunderstood what the meaning of rule sharking. Because they thought that rule sharking means that the person is like really deep into the rule. But like, why rule sharking is like frowned upon is because you are not exactly like knowing the rule so that you can play the game correctly, but you are using the rule as a tool to gain advantage against your opponent in ways that are not intended in the game. Which is why, like, when you make a mistake that is reversible, or like even if it's irreversible, like, the other player will also receive warnings. Because you might be, like, you are given the benefit of the doubt, of course, but also, like, there's also a potential that you might let the offense pass so that you can gain advantage against your opponent later on. Yeah, which is an unsportsmanship-like conduct. Yeah.
Remember, guys.
Yeah. Remember, like, of course, during a tournament, you have to remember that you both have to preserve the game state as much as you can. If you can't, then call the judge to help them to resolve the situation. Calling the judge doesn't mean you're accusing your opponent, but of course don't call the judge to don't call the judge for every single little thing, because that can also feel sus.
Yeah.
But like whenever you really absolutely need to, like, just call the judge. It's okay. It's not like, you also need to understand that your opponent calling the judge doesn't mean that they don't trust you personally.
Yeah, it's just to keep the game clean.
Basically.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I got that quite often TCG as well. I mean, that's how I got a warning from Pokemon. Because as I mentioned before, it's like, use an ability, try to use it again, even though it's once per turn. And I flip my deck up, and then my opponent was like, oh, I got a call just for that. I was like, you know what, fair enough.
Yeah. I think it's not something that you can, at that point, it's not something that you can resolve by yourself. So yeah, let's call a neutral third party to solve this.
Yeah.
So yeah, and if someone came from like a country that is notorious for unsportsmanship like conduct, I mean, like, you shouldn't be racist. You should always be how do I put this? You should always just be cautious, but also, like, don't treat them differently just because they came from that particular country. If anything, even if you are playing against your friend, try to help them as well, because, like, it's especially if they're your friend, sometimes you know their situation. Maybe they don't sleep enough. Maybe they were not ready. They've been busy like this past few days, so they don't have time to prepare. So, like, maybe they already forgot about the rule. So just remind them. Just give them a friendly reminder. Yep. Remember that being a stickler for the rule might get you some side eyes, but that's better than actually, like, using the rule against your opponent in a way that is not intended by the game. Yeah. So yeah, and then I guess I'll end it with another tip for shuffling. Well, not really tip for shuffling, but I feel like again because, like, I always wear, like, art sleeves, like, in order to make it, like, last way longer than it should. Usually, structurally speaking, like, the one that is closed, so the one that is open is going to be, like, more structurally brittle.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So basically, if you cannot, like, do it, like, from the outside, just flip your deck so that the one that is open is away from you, and then you just you just use the corner that is, like, all covered to kind of, like, get into the stack. Yeah. But of course, like, depending on your brand of sleeves, they can also, like, bend and they can be pretty visible, so you do be careful about that as well. Like, I guess it's kind of like a sleeve by sleeve case. So yeah, you kind of have to practice with your favorite sleeve brand and see that their particular characteristic, basically. Yeah. That's why, like, sticking to, like, a single brand will probably be the best. Like, because especially nowadays, they are, for the lack of better words, as shitty as each other.
Yeah. No. True. Yeah.
True. Like, yeah, that's, yeah. They kind of put the onus on, like, how do I put this, like, preserving the sleeves onto you, which is kind of shit, but, like, it is what it is. Until we get a better sleeve company, I guess, like, this is what we have to live with.
I mean, there's good ones recently, but they're Japan only, so
yeah.
I don't remember the brand names right now, unfortunately, but yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's it for, like, the sudden jump from, like, lores to folklores to tips on shuffling, and, like, and keeping, like, the sportsmanship conduct of the matches. Yes. If you want us to talk about any other specific topic, do let us know. To send us your comments, requests, questions to our email at therefreshsteppodcast@gmail.com. Or if you're listening to this on YouTube, of course, do feel free to comment down below. So yeah, now that we have shuffled a lot, I guess we do wanted to see some blood. So I guess that has been everything that we can share for this week. We hope that you guys have a nice week going forward, and we'll see you all in the next thing. Bye bye.